modeling is really important for parents to do for their kids so they can learn from real experiences. But parents can unintentionally lose that role model status. Here's more in Parenting Today. Well, as parents, it's really important for us to be good role models for our kids, and it's also very important to remain a role model.
We should have
so why is that so
capes,
key?
right?
Yeah.
Role modeling is the biggest teacher. It's not always what we say, but it's more so what we do.
All right, so how do kids determine who their role models are going to be?
They're going to find someone that is strong and powerful, not physically, but in the real world, but loves them at the same time. So let's make sure that that's the parent if we can.
Okay, so what happens? Sure. What can undermine a parent's ability to be a role model or be viewed as a role model by their kids?
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing is when we get sucked into arguments, now we change that relationship from an adult-child relationship to an adult relationship.
And if that happens, what does that mean for the child?
It really diminishes our effect as being a role model. And we basically then are requesting that they go somewhere else to find it. Sadly, it could be older kids, it could be sports figures, or if we're lucky, maybe it's a grandma and grandpa or a great neighbor. So it's not necessarily, the end of the world, but wouldn't it be ideal if it's the parent that is that strongest role model in that child's life?
All right, so one of the things we have to do as parents to remain a good role model is to not get engaged in certain types of arguments with our kids that will lower our status as a role model. For instance,
in every class, we always start with neutralizing arguments. Because like we had said, when we engage in the argument, we change our position as a role model. So let's teach some language. Let's talk about some ways to get out of that argument. Now, if I asked our audience who's been in an argument, we have, 8,000 hands go up, right, with a child. So let's just use some language to shape that reality in a little bit different way. Here's the phrase that a lot of parents love. As soon as they feel the hooks, you know what I mean, right?
Right.
The hooks of the argument coming in, I like this phrase. Oh, sweetie, I love you too much to argue. But Mom, you just don't understand. Oh, sweetie, I love you too much to argue. And I just keep repeating it, and 99.9% of the kids realize this isn't going to work.
So it is very important for parents not to be engaged in that kind of argument with their children.
No one ever wins in an argument.
Okay, and then we also talked about not only about neutralizing that argument, but there are other good role models that you hope your child will seek out. Give us some other good examples of role models.
Teachers. Our children play basically 3 roles. As a child, well, 2 roles. As a child and as a student. And I think the best role models in our society should be our teachers and our parents. And
there are just some things that if a parent doesn't feel real comfortable with addressing, that would be a good idea to just say, make sure you have that good connection with your teachers at school, too.
It's a very positive asset in success for children.
Very good. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Chris.
you.
All right, for more parenting tips, you can always check them out at news8000.com.